OCCRP imesema that Ruto amepata the highest number of nominations tangu 2012 because ilianzishwa 2006, but then hii mambo ya man of the year ilikuja ikaanzishwa around 2012 I think. Kwa wale wajui, the OCCRP stands for Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. It's a non-profit group founded in 2006 by two journalists wanaitwa Drew Sullivan na Paul Radu. So these guys wakati walianzisha, like their mission was to expose crime and corruption worldwide through collaborative cross-border investigative report. So the OCCRP inawak na a network of investigators and journalists across 6 continents. So like they're actually a big deal, and kazi yao ni just focusing on large scale organized crime and corruption, and that is going to be key as we continue. What is the impact these guys wako nayo? Because like unajua ndo that's the big question, because like okay, yes, the president ametajwa kwa hiyo list, but the president amekuwa ki-trend tangu July, unaona, na historia finance bill and like everything ambayo imetranspire since then. So like amekuwa kwa international news for some time, and actually ukikuja angalia una realize that it's actually a big deal, because the OCCRP wamesaidia in doing a few things. For instance, wamesaidia kurecover over $10 billion from corrupt corporations and organized crime. Wamesaidia also to arrest some key figures. For instance, the president of Albania mwenye alikuwa arrested just in October this year, and then also kulikuwa na arrest ya Alejandro Toledo. This is the former president of Peru mwenye alikuwa sentenced to 20 years October 2024. And then also kuna wenye wamedestroy like political careers zao. For instance, kuna msali anajiita Joseph Muscat, is the former prime minister of Malta mwenye aliresign in 2020. Also kuna mse anaitwa Themistocles Montas from the Dominican Republic. He was a trade minister, aliresign in 2017. The Person of the Year award was established in 2012, and kazi ya this award actually si lenye lenye tumezoea like you are awarded for doing something good. This one una awardiwa for doing something that is very very bad. So like the nomination process inakuwaga very public, and inakuwaga opened in November of every year, and like the public wanaweza nominate wase, journalists wanaweza nominate wase, also wase wa law enforcement makarao wanaweza nominate wase, and yeah, even people in the academics field, like inakuwaga kitu yenye anybody anaweza nominate mse, like if you feel like kuna mse mwenye anafaa investigatiwe, then you can always slot jinake in November. So after wase wamepush jina mse, then a panel of experts huwa wana review the nominations, and then from there the judges wana consider several factors so that wajue nani ata make the cut, and one of the factors ni advancement of organized crime, undermining of democratic institutions, and then engaging in criminal activities. Like msi lazima kuwa meninizo hizo criteria tatu. Kuwa engage in criminal activities. Number 2, anafaa kuwa undermine democratic institutions, and then lazima kuwe kwa some organized crime. So once wamesha check hizo criteria, then wana announce the winner of the Person of the Year award late December. So like hii imekuja 30th jana. So yeah, that is the process ambayo huwa inapitishwa before wa announce the winner wa Person of the Year award. And just as I said, the person mwenye amewin this year, anaitwa Bashar al-Assad. Wale ambao wajui, this is the former president of Syria. Alikuja kuwa president wa Syria in 2000, and that is because alisucceed babake. Mwanzo inasemekana that he was seen as this person mwenye alikuwa a potential reformer, naona, because of his western education, but aliend up kuwa some very serious dictator. Alikuja akaambiwa ondoka ni hapa na nini, na wase na his people walikuja wakamtoa by force this year, which was a win for Syria, sindio? So reasons za kuwa selected, one ni because of his brutal dictatorship and human rights violation. He was also involved in organized crime. For instance, this guy alikuwa anafanya production and trafficking of Captagon, which is a type of amphetamine, a drug. Alikuwa anafanya also human trafficking. Kulikuwa also na some cases of smuggling. So alikuwa na smuggle things into countries zingine. Alikuwa also involved kwa theft ya antiquities. Vitu kama hizo, and also alikuwa involved in vitu kama arms trade, kuuza mabunduki and all that. So like, this guy was actually all in na historia, being involved in organized crime. And then also number 3 ni alilead to regional destabilization and impact beyond serious borders. Vitu kama hizo hatuwezi sema about the president. Ikifika kwa story za organized crime, hiyo naye in all honesty hajakuwa. Assad's regime imekuwa accused of using hizo criminal activities to finance rule yake, enye ili cause like a lot of suffering in Syria and throughout the region. So that is all about Assad, the person of the year wa 2024. Also the OCCRP walikuja wakataja Ruto. Walisema that zile kitu ambayo ilikuja kafanya like wasewa nominate was number 1 the controversy ya finance bill, and then high youth unemployment, and also public anger over government corruption. Like hizi mastaff tu zenye tumekuwa tukililia tangu July ndio zilifanya wase wa push jinake, wa nominate jinake to these guys ili wa investigate. So in as much as alikuwa na like the numbers zilikuwa very high, still the judges walisema ati wacha waishie na Assad simply because of hizo vitu zenye nimesema. Number 1, organized crime will include production and distribution ya a drug, and then human trafficking, kuuza mabunde, like vitu kama hizo, naona. So like vitu kama hizo ndio zilifanya Assad ashinde Ruto kwa hiyo nomination, sindio? So unfortunately hatujafika hapo, and I really pray that we never actually reach there, because there are countries zenye zilikuwa zina enjoy like what currently we are enjoying, and that is freedom of speech, freedom of expression, like all these things zenye zina making Kenya ikuwe like a great country. So in as much as tukuna challenges zetu ikifikaka kwa leadership, there are rights zenye tuna enjoy zenye like we can't compare ourselves to countries like Tanzania, we can't compare ourselves to countries like Uganda. Like kuna zile vitu ambazo tumewashinda nayo. One of them is just freedom, no? So in as much as right now tunapitia a lot of stuff with this mambo na abductions and high cost of living and all that, we can say that we are better off, na tukijicompare na some of our neighbors, ndio. Hatujafika hapo, and I really hope and pray that we never reach there, and kwa wale wasonaishianga church na kwa wale wase wenye wanakuwaga spiritual, tukiomba tuombe these leaders, by the same time these leaders pia wanaombaga, and hizi ndio vitu za wanafanya, so inakuwa somewhat discouraging. But anyway, let's just hope for a better tomorrow for Kenya. Let's just hope for a better tomorrow, and let's also work towards it, because prayer without action is dead, no? Like kama ni maombi tu saa zote, and then our actions inaonyesha like we're not actually doing anything to do what we are praying for, then it's just vain. Like there's nothing, easy prayers it amount to anything, unaona. So anyway, implications za history ya Ruto kuwa nominated huko, number one ni hii spotlight sasa iko kwake, inamaanisha like very many people watakuwa wanaweka macho kwake. By the same time it also means that economy yetu itakuwa affected, because like every country ina depending on how kuwa na good image so that to attract investors na vitu kama hizo, na at least tukuwe na friendship na other countries, because when there's that friendship ndio vitu kama workers kutoka Kenya kupelekwa kwa hizo countries zingine zinakuwa possible, unaona. But when you have like a bad reputation, then kidogo inakuwa ngumu. So yeah, we'll definitely that will definitely affect our economy and also our standing kwa macho za other countries. But then every cloud has a silver lining. So with that notoriety, with hiyo jina yake kuwa huko, it also means that kutakuwa na some pressure ambayo itakuwa mounted, and I'm really hopeful that at least tutapata some pressure from the friends of the country, so that at least kukuwe na some changes. And what we're currently going through, I really blame it on the opposition. Yeah, unfortunately we are here today simply because hakuna very influential system like the opposition party ambayo ingeweza kumount a lot of pressure, because we've seen what has happened na demonstrations in the past. Tunaona wakati the opposition ilikuja ika-apply pressure on the government, hii mambo ya economy ilikuja ikaingia, and then the opposition ilipata a lot of support, and kulikuwa na hizo demonstrations. Things weren't really going well wakijaribu contain these protests. Yeah, before we knew it, the opposition walikuwa wameshaka na gava, and then kulikuwa na discussions, and then in the long run tukashtukia opposition imekuja ikaingia kwa gava. So like unfortunately hiyo ndio imekuwa trend. Unaona, wata apply pressure, gava itabudge, and then wanakuja wanaungana, but then every time ambao wameungana there is definitely something has to go wrong, because like hakuna accountability, because tayari mshako kwa mfuko. So like whatever right now, whatever we are going through, we really have to blame the opposition party, and also let's blame ourselves, because like Kenyans we are really gullible. Unaona, asini wale wazee wenye so mbili peke yake imetosha kuchange mind yetu. So in as much as tunacheki kama huyu msema nze like kwa reputation yako ni mbaya, provider umepatiwa so mbili, una feel like hii imetosha kubai nini, imetosha kubai freedom yako and everything, and like development and all that. Hiyo so mbili imetosha kubai all that like for the next 5-10 years, unaona. So as we also blame the opposition, let us also blame ourselves, because sisi wote tuko responsible for being where we are today. Whether after Ruto amemaliza 10 years, whether tutarudi back to like whether consider our steps and then to create a new way of thinking, I really don't know, because even the youth ambayo tulikuwa tunajua ati hawa ndio the head wa this Gen Z movement, wamekuja wakabadilika. There are some wenye wamekuja wakasalimiana na prezo. Everything is just confused right now, and yeah, I don't know if even itakuwa trend for the next 5-10 years, then kidogo itakuwa ngumu. So I don't know, let's hope for the best. Let's kila msee achukue responsibility, aseme ya kwamba manze, I'm responsible for us being in this situation here. Let's do better next time, sindio? So yeah, also Equatorial Guinea pia walijipata kwa spot. That is their president Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbasogo alipatiwa Lifetime Non-Achievement Award. This is something ambayo OCCRP ilipatiana for the first time. Hawajaipatiana this award, but walipatiana this time. That's because amekuwa the longest serving dictator. Amekuwa one of the longest serving dictators. Alichukua power in 1979, hata before nizaliwe, and hata before wengi wetu wazaliwe, and he has been the president since then. Kumekuwa na brutal repression of dissent and extensive corruption kwa country yake. For instance, in as much as Equatorial Guinea ina produce like wako na hiyo oil wealth, still the majority ya population live in poverty. And again, that's the problem ambayo tuko nayo in Africa, where leaders think about themselves and never looking at the bigger picture, because like wasa wanataka kwenda majuu because majuu inawapatia opportunities. But then ukuja uangalie like wasa wa majuu wamedepend on a lot of things that are coming from that they take from Africa. Naona like they take a lot of things from us, raw minerals and all that, so that wajidevelop hao wenyewe. What if leaders wetu wangekuwa tu na this shift in their thinking, so that we utilize what we have in our countries, we utilize the minerals that we have, we utilize kama these guys were Equatorial Guinea, we utilize oil, wase wa Nigeria we utilize oil, so that waweze kuimprove economy yao, so that waanzishe industries, so that like wa ensure that pesa ina circulate kwa country yao. Like these countries would have been like somewhere else. Hatungekuwa tunahitaji kuishia kwa some other countries so that tupate opportunities, because si wenyewe ndio tungekuwa tuna produce opportunities. But then that is not how our leaders think, and in some way I think that wanakuanga trained kufikiria hivyo, because it's just hard to imagine that mse mwenye like when mse umegrow kwa hardship, when mse like unajua what hardship is, probably umeona your parents go hungry, you've gone hungry, kuna time huko unavaa nguo and all that, and then unakuja unafika point yenye decisions zenye unaweza make zinaweza saidia kutoa other people from that situation, but then you decide to just make things worse, you see. Yeah, and unfortunately that is the situation ambayo Africa iko ndani yake, so that no matter who you elect as president, no matter who you elect as your MP, no matter who you elect as your MCA, will still end up being hapa palituko. Yeah, so this guy Obiang alikuja kapatiwa hiyo Lifetime Non-Achievement Award, Person of the Year. Amekuwa huyo jamaa wa Syria, and then President Ruto alipata highest public nominations ya 40,000 public nominations. So yep, that's it. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.